Hey everyone, welcome to Dubventures and welcome to another video. Well, are you going to say anything then? Because my voice is like, well... Anyway.
It's so high pitched,
anyway, so guys, a few years ago we did a video about the 5 best campsites that we've ever stayed in. Now the thing is, since then, you know, we've sort of like stayed at quite a few more different campsites, and you know what, our list has changed. So today we're going to tell you guys the top 5 campsites that we recommend and that we've stayed at. Are you still laughing about my intro there? I don't know. Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to count this down from 5 to 1, and number 1 is like, you know, the ultimate campsite that we've stayed in so far. Yep. So come on, Brooke, what's still made the top 5 in our list that was in the last one?
Ninth Robin.
100%, Ninth Robin in Wales. What a campsite. Now the thing is with this campsite, right next to it there's a beach that you can go to. Now where the beach is, there is a railway track there, but it's not noisy at all. It's far away from the campsite.
I would have never been able to have known there was a railway.
Unless we went to the beach, we would never have known there was a railway track there.
You can't hear anything at all.
Now the good thing is about this campsite, the dog walking facility, because it used to be a garden centre, it's really big. But what I like about Ninth Robin is they have not sort of like tried to like scrimp and scrape on the pitches.
Yeah, they've tried.
They've used like all the areas.
They've not tried to get more spaces out of the campsite.
Because they easily could.
They've made it so that there's a massive walk there and you walk through the forest and things. It's actually really, really nice. Yeah.
Now, we've not been to this campsite for a while, but it is one that we're going to visit because we have been a few times and we will be going there again. So that's still in our list, and that's number 5.
So number 4 is Carsington Fields, which is in Ashbourne in Derbyshire. I mean, we stayed there and we fell in love with it, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, the campsite is massive. The toilet facilities and everything are brilliant. There's a massive, massive dog walk in there. It's just huge. They have animals there, there's goats and everything just there. Actually that far from Carsington Water, it literally took us 5 minutes to get to Carsington Water, which is an amazing, gorgeous place that you can go walking for miles.
Yeah, we went walking around there in summer, and like the views and everything, there's like just so much to see.
And Thor absolutely loved it. He loved that campsite.
Yeah. The good thing with this campsite as well is like the owners, they were so friendly, and the staff weren't they? Because we was asking questions about like going for walks and things, weren't we? Yeah,
when we was there, they was doing some extra work as well. So they was building something else for the campsite. So it might be a little bit different now, but we are planning at some point to go back and visit there again.
There we go.
But number 3 is Dufftown campsite, which is in Dufftown in Scotland on the northeast coast.
Now this campsite, we got invited here because it was a brand new campsite pretty much, and what can I say, it's probably one of the most cleanest campsites that we've ever stayed on. Immaculate. And
the shower was the best shower on a campsite I have ever been to.
Yeah.
They had no push buttons. I'm going to say that again. No push buttons on the shower. It was an actual turny dial, and you could stay on as long as you needed it to.
The way this campsite's sort of like been designed, when you go in, it's surrounded by trees, and it feels like you sort of like camped like in a forest, doesn't it? And it's like really open and spacious.
Well, they do have a lot of cottages there as well. The land is huge that it's on, but they have like a full campsite, and then they have all of like different cottages that you can rent out as well. And we went on like some nice walks from there, and it was in Dufftown, so it was in a town.
Now when we stayed there, you know, the weather wasn't the best and everything, so we didn't like go on all the walks that you could, but like apparently there's like the walks that you can go around there are amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of forest areas around there, and also because it's in a town as well, it's literally not too far to get into the main town centre, and there's a lot of distilleries around there as well. Yeah,
no, that I have to say was a fantastic campsite, and we do recommend it.
And the showers were amazing. Number 2 is Laneside, which is in Hope Valley in Derbyshire. We had a Christmas van meet there, which is why we ended up going there. So there was quite a few of us stopping there, but we really liked it.
I think out of all the campsites we've ever stayed on, I mean, there was one many years ago, I think before we had our YouTube channel, that we stayed on. It was a massive pitch like years ago. Yeah. But this campsite, I think,
is the
biggest pitch we've ever stayed on in any campsite apart from that other one I just said.
We was parked up in it, plus had a big gap, and then had every single person round like 5-6 fire pits, and there was still room.
Yeah,
so.
I've never seen a campsite before where the pitches, like, you know, were so big. Now the thing is, with this campsite, it had a designated dog walking area.
So there's a bit with the dog walking area. It's all enclosed, so you can let your dog off lead and go for a run. It's basically a massive field, which is, I've never seen anything like that before, that you can just let them off and it's all enclosed.
we've stayed at some campsites before, and one of like the most important things for us was like the dog walking facilities, and we've stayed at some that didn't have any, and we've stayed at some that had like really amazing dog walking. Well, but this one blows all of them away, like big time.
Well, not only did they have that dog walking centre, if you've only got a small dog, they had a little section on the actual campsite that was in between loads of trees. It was only small, but it was perfect for a little dog. And then there was just very dog friendly.
And the area there as well is like, you're not far from like a village, are you, where you can sort of like go and do some shopping and things? You
come out of the campsite and 2 seconds down the road you've got takeaway restaurants, bars, pubs, and then we walked to Castleton from there, didn't we? And it only took us about half an hour to get into Castleton Centre.
We walked, and it was a nice walk.
Yeah, and then also on the campsite when you come out as well, there's like a river walk, and it's literally as soon as you get out of the campsite, there's also a football pitch for the kids, which isn't allowed. Your dogs aren't allowed on there, but it's a full football pitch. It's huge. And
the staff was so friendly as well. You know,
really
we were talking to them for a while, weren't we?
Recommending different takeaways for different things as well.
And they've just had a new toilet block built, and they again immaculate.
Yeah, and it was so warm in there.
Yeah,
it was really warm, and the campsite itself was huge. They also had a shop there, and they also sold all like the gas and things.
Yeah, so do you know what? That we will be going back.
And
to
it's
that
open
campsite
all year round.
That's made number 2, and that's why I spoke about it so much there, because that's definitely made it into our top 5. Right, number one. Let's do it. The last time that we did this video, our top 1 and 2 spots, we were sort of like, you know, I was saying like one campsite, you were saying another. But this time, 100% we both agree on what is number 1. This is the best campsite. Not only have we stayed in the last few years, but the best campsite we've stayed in since we've sort of like been, like, you had our channel or years. Like, it's the best campsite. Do you want to tell them what it is?
It's Glenmore in Glenmore Forest Park in Scotland, in Aviemore.
You will have seen this on one of our latest videos where it's the campsite that it was snowing and everything. Literally, we was parked in the forest, not like a forest type area where it was made to, no, we was parked in a forest right next to a beach.
This campsite is huge. So the pitches where we were all the forest part, which is they leave all the trees there to make it look like forest. So it kind of makes you feel like you're wild camping in a campsite. Yeah. And then literally getting out of our van and walking literally less than a minute walk.
Yeah, a minute or 2.
You was on a beach. Yeah. Although we didn't really see the beach when we went because it was covered in snow.
It was covered in snow, which was an amazing sight.
There was so many walks there, and you was literally inside of a forest.
Now at this campsite, I went for a shower before you, and when I came back, now I don't get excited about showers, you know, like if they're hot or cold. You know, a shower, you just go and have a shower, yeah, whatever. When I came in, I was like a little kid one. I was like, bearing in mind, right, this campsite was out of season and there wasn't like a lot of people staying there. This shower facility, it had the heating gone full, and it, like, you know, it was like really
being
warm.
At home.
It was like being at home. And the strength and the power of the showers. Now it was a push button, but it was a push button where you only had to press it once, and it stayed on for quite a bit. Yeah. They were so warm, weren't they?
Yeah,
like,
and
so
it was
hot.
Really clean. Everything was so nice about it.
Really clean. Again, probably one of the cleanest. Do you know what? I think it probably is the cleanest campsite we've ever stayed on, ever. I mean, because of the facilities, obviously we couldn't see like all in the campsite because it was covered in snow, but as far as the facilities go,
yeah,
definitely.
And the people that worked there were so friendly.
Oh yeah, I mean, we was chatting away to them.
We parked in one pitch, and because the snow had weighed the forest trees down so much, we couldn't actually get into that pitch because obviously the van's so high. So he just said, go pick another one. So we just went in another one.
And you know, we picked like the big one type of thing. Yeah, I mean, but they're all spacious.
Even though it was covered in snow and it was still open, it's open all year round. There was a guy that was on a snowplow, scraping all the snow out so you could get in and out of the campsite, gritting everywhere.
Yeah, they were out all the time, checking everything.
Yeah, so, and just checking if everyone was okay. Yeah. And
an amazing campsite. Do you know what, guys? If you do get a chance, we are
going to go back there in summertime.
Yeah, if you do get a chance, we do recommend you go and check this campsite out. Now, like Brooke just said, we want to go in summer because to experience it in summer
would be completely different
to how it was like in winter.
It'd be a lot. The actual pitches in the forest, if all the leaves are on the trees, it'd be even more like a forest area, wouldn't it?
Oh, it was amazing. But yeah, so guys, that's why we chose this campsite as our number one.
You need to go and check some of these campsites out if you've never been before, because they are are all amazing.
If I'm new to van life, or you're looking for like different campsites to check out and things like that, I'll put all the details of all the campsites in the description so you can go and have a look at them, click on the websites, you know, and check them out and get them booked, because we do recommend them all. So guys, I hope that video has been useful for you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and until the next one,
Bye for now.
bye for now.